Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's channel. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by and joining me today. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. My day started off horrible, but it's turned around and it's ended up being a good day. So just because something starts off bad doesn't mean it has to stay bad. We can turn it around and um, nothing's really happened that made it wonderful in the ending, but it's way better than it started off, okay? Um, my friend Angela called and woke me up this morning, that witch in West Monroe. And so she called and woke me up this morning, and I sound asleep. And so I started getting on up because I had to go to the restroom, right? So she was on the phone, and had to, my pump was on this cart right here, so I had to unplug it and, go in there. And I didn't make it. I didn't make it past standing up by this cart. And so, I'm just trying to make it in there and not making it. Wasn't going good. And it was just very frustrating to me because I'm sick. I'm sick. I felt really bad that my stoma is still bleeding. It's real painful when I'm moving around. Like, just sitting here, it's okay, but let me start to get up and it hurts. And when I start to sit down, it hurts. When I start to, move around a bunch, it starts hurting really bad and it gets real, it gets pretty painful. And so, um, I'm in there. I just was very frustrated. And Angela's like, well, just wait. Paige will be there in a little bit. And it was like an hour or so before Paige would be here. And I was like, well, I gotta go. I was just crying. And I was like, I don't feel like mopping. Like, I'm sick. I don't feel like mopping. It's like everything I do, I'm just like making more messes for myself along the way. I was like, now I gotta go mop. And I don't feel like mopping. She's like, just wait till Paige gets there. I was like, I can't because the animals are going to track in it. And so I didn't want the cats or the dog in it. And so I had to do it. So anyway, I got off the phone with her and came and cleaned up the floor. It was the first thing I did because I didn't want the cats and dogs to get in it. And I just unhooked from my pump because it was out of formula at that time. Actually, it started alarming, and it was out of formula. So I had finished up my feed from the overnight, um, and so I was just like, clearly, this cart is not working for me. So it's just too much to try to get and go. I can't do it fast enough. So that's not working. So, I was like, I got a backpack coming that I ordered for this pump that will fit this pump and everything, supposedly. And so, but what am I going to do till then? I can't do this. I can't do that until then. So I believe Rebecca sent me this bag. And if it wasn't Rebecca, I apologize for thinking that. And you can tell me if you're the one that sent me this bag. I think it was Rebecca though, but somebody sent me this bag, and they had originally sent it and said, to put, it was for my drain bag to go in. And sometimes this drain bag leaks. Okay, they just weaken. They're made cheaply, and the seam of them is just kind of like melted together, like heat pressed, melted together. And there's defects in them sometimes, and sometimes they just might last a day. Sometimes they may last 2 or 3 days. One of them happened to last a week one time, and I thought it was like a very well made bag. So I didn't want to, and this bag is beautiful, beautiful. And so I was like, I can't put that ugly drain bag in that bag and take a chance of it dripping in there and leaking. And so I didn't use it. It actually sat in there by my desk, and I was just looking at the bag thinking, it's too pretty to put something in it that could potentially leak. Well, I don't have to worry about that right now because this G-tube on my new Mickey GJ button, the G-tube don't drain. It is horrible at draining. And I even asked some other gastroparesis patients about the Mickey GJ button, the G-tube part of it draining. They said it doesn't drain good. It's not made the way it's made and just the way it's positioned. It just doesn't drain well. I was like, well, that's great. Anyway, so I was just like, what am I going to do? And after Paige got here, we were trying to figure out what to do because I could not do that cart the rest of the day. I was ready to just call it quits for everything. I was very frustrated. So we got this bag. I said, well, I've got that bag in there by my desk, but it's just too beautiful, and I don't want to ruin it. I'd rather use that as like a hospital bag or a doctor's appointment bag for when I have to, pack my medical supplies and stuff in, and if I'm going to Shreveport or whatever, I'd rather use that bag for something like that. And it has wheels on it, but I can't really use the wheels part because I have to carry it. Okay, so anyway, we ended up putting my feeding pump in this bag. Let me see if I can even pick it up here. This bag is so pretty. I love it. I don't have it around back. I have it backwards, or maybe I don't. I don't know. This bag is so pretty. Let me see if I can pick it up at the bottom. I don't know, y'all. This is too big of a struggle. It has wheels on it, but I really can't use the wheels part because either my arms are short or the straps are short. Anyway, so we ended up putting my pump in here and my feeding. And my pump is really hot in here, so I don't know if this is good for it to be in here or not. But it's going to be the same thing when I get that backpack. The pump is going to be inside the backpack. And so, I don't know. So we have my pump, and I do have it plugged up right now. I didn't at first, but then it started alarming the battery was low. But when I have to go to the bathroom, I have to unplug this, and it's a little struggle to get that unplugged. It takes me a little bit of time, too much time, because I don't make it to the bathroom. So I have that in here, and I have my formula in here, and I have my drain bag is in here. And it is draining a little because I hope that don't leak. I'm going to be so upset if that leaks in here. It's just too much. It's just too much to deal with. So, I don't know about this pump being in here because it's really, really, really warm. And it probably don't need to be that warm. But this bag, anyway, is beautiful. I love it, Rebecca. Or if somebody else sent it, I love it. It even unzips around the bottom to make the bag a little bit taller. But we messed with that. We experimented with all that. The back side of it has a big pocket and a zipper, and then it's got a couple pockets across the front. It's just a beautiful bag, and I just don't want to take a chance of it getting ruined or anything. It's all plastic on the inside, and Paige said, it can be wiped out. Don't worry about it. It can be wiped out. Okay, but I don't know what to do with this. It probably don't need to be hot, but I can't do anything else with it right now. So I have this that I'm trying to carry back and forth to the bathroom with me. Y'all, that was a lot. Anyway, so after having a bad morning, I even texted Big Daddy and told him I was ready for hospice. And he's like, hospice? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Why? Why? Anyway, after Paige left, I went in there to my computer at my desk, and I sat down. I was going to work on something, and I looked up, and I saw Zeke coming up my driveway. And so yesterday, remember, I had to turn Zeke away, so I didn't want to do that today. So thankfully, I was dressed and everything, so I went to the door and let him in and say, tell him I was sorry about yesterday, that I just couldn't have company yesterday. And he's like, that's okay, I'm sorry that I came. And I was like, no, I always want you to come. Just some days I might be in bad shape, And so he had picked up my mail and brought it to the door. And so I got this duck in the mail from Miss Brandy in Texas. I collect ducks, and she sent me this Texas duck. Y'all, that is too cute. She saw it at Walmart. And it says, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. That's what we say. Too, over here in Louisiana. But that is so cute. I love this Texas duck. And Brandy, I wrote your name on the bottom of it. So I'll always remember that Brandy gave me that. I love it. And I got something else in the mail. Oh, I got a card. Let me just show that real quick. Well, let me see. Sorry. Connie sent me some threaders, needle threaders, taped in a card. So thank you, Connie. That was very sweet of you. I appreciate it. And thank you for the card. Appreciate your kind, sweet words, okay? It was never expected, but I appreciate that. Oh, just a second. I got something else to show you. That witch over in West Monroe sent me some flowers. And I'm going to tell y'all a funny story about that witch over in West Monroe, too. But, okay, she had ordered her mom some flowers off of, QVC. And I told her they had sold out, so I couldn't order any. I told her her mom was never going to turn that on. Her mom was never going to turn that on, that she's just giving to me. But she didn't. She gave them to her mom anyway, and I still bet she don't ever turn them on. But I guess they come back in stock, and so Angela ordered me some. I was going to order some, but look at this. And isn't that beautiful? And the flowers all change colors. And in the dark in here, it is very beautiful. They're going fast now. You can change all that. It actually has a remote control. it has a little button on here that you can just touch too. But let me see if I can slightly turn this. Can y'all see it right there? Yes, 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 yes. It has a little remote control where I can change the colors. Let's see, red. And it's showing up a lot of white on the screen, but just a second. As painful as it was for me, I turned off the big light and thinking that it would be brighter for you. It was gorgeous for me, but it was just white for you. I don't know why it did that and didn't show up, and you're seeing like white right there in the middle, like right here. Yeah, right there. But to me, it's just beautiful green. I don't see that white. So anyway, I can change the colors. We got blue. It's so different from the screen to this. Let's see what other colors we have. That is kind of an orangey yellow. Then we have yellow, a different green, which is a lighter green. Light blue, and a turquoise. Can y'all see that that's turquoise? And we have purple. A darker blue. And then back to purple. Y'all, these are just beautiful. I just can't even tell you how beautiful that is. And we have white. We have it where it will fade to all the different colors. So that's what I'm going to set it on tonight while I sat here. Because when I turn that light off, it's pretty dark in here. It looks like it might rain outside. And so it's pretty dark in here. And that's going fast, ain't it? I don't know if you can slow that down or not. But you can also do jump, where it just jumps to the different colors. I don't know what. Okay, that's fade. And this is jump. It has this little remote control. I'm not even sure what all these buttons do, but they. Oh, you can make the flowers either brighter or dimmer. Like, I don't know. And then you can set it and just leave it, and you can mash it to go off in 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. So if you had it like at work on your work desk, and you just, set it to last for 6 hours, and then you leave work and you didn't remember to turn it off, they'll turn itself off. So that's cool. Anyway, I wanted it right here by me so I could just sit here at night and just look at those beautiful colors. Because in the dark, that is so gorgeous, so beautiful. So thank you, witch. Angela, if you don't know, the witch that lives in West Monroe is my best friend, Angela. We have been friends since we were in the 4th grade. And we call each other names all the time. She calls me horrible names. And she calls me and tells me to get my lazy butt up and do something. And we just talk to each other that way, okay? When you've been friends with somebody, she's more like a sister. When you've been friends with somebody that long, you can say whatever you want. And they know that you're just picking or playing around. So let me tell y'all this. So I told y'all yesterday's video, and I didn't get around to telling the story, but I told y'all that I went to Lowe's with Big Daddy to get these brackets so he could fix this pole onto this. So we go in Lowe's, and they have a Halloween display up. And Jody was trying to go one way, and I said, "Hey, come here, come here." He's like, "What?" Because he was ready to go home, He didn't want to be there. You know, he was ready to go home before he ever walked in the door. But we needed to grab these. And so anyway, I said, come take a picture of me and Angela. And he's like, Lord, get over there. And so I went over there to this witch that they had. And I couldn't, she was up on this little, they had like this flooring, a little raised flooring piece. It was raised up off the floor, and they were putting Halloween decorations on it, and I guess setting a scenery or whatever, you know. And so I'm sitting in front of it, and I'm looking. I can't really get up there, but you know, in any situation, there's always going to be that one idiot that thinks they have the right to do whatever they want to do, right? You see that all the time. Anywhere, there's going to be that one idiot that does whatever they want to do, even though it ain't the right thing to do. So I went around to the side, and where they weren't finished putting up their display, I went around the side and got up on that floor display, and I was going to go up there by the witch, and you know, so I could get a picture made with Angela. Big Daddy's standing out front to take a picture of us, and so I stepped up there, and Big Daddy's like, you're going to fall. Don't get up there. You're going to fall. Don't. And I don't listen to anybody, okay? So I'm doing it anyway. So I step up there, and then I step again, and wood broke, and I stepped through the display to the floor. I almost fell. I grabbed a hold of Angela. I almost took her down with me, okay? Big Daddy should have been videoing instead of having it on camera mode. I almost took Angela down with me. I grabbed her, and we swayed back and forth until I got my balance, and then I got my foot back up, and then I figured out that it was just like some 2x4s ran different places. And so it's kind of like an attic. You ever been up in the attic, and you don't step between it because you'll go through the sheetrock ceiling or whatever, you know. So you don't step between the rafters. You walk on the, you know, the boards that run parallel. Okay, so I didn't know that because they had flooring over it where it looked like a solid floor. It wasn't. They might have had like some, what do you call that? Lattice work. They might have had some lattice work on top of it, and then a flooring down over that where it looked like it was solid flooring. It wasn't. I stepped off of where I was supposed to stand. Well, I wasn't supposed to be up there. I stepped off of that, and it cracked. Wood broke. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm shaking. I'm sitting there shaking, holding Angela. We almost went down, and Big Dad's like, get down from there. I'm like, no, take the picture. I'm like, just take the picture. And so he takes the picture. I'm like, did you get it? And he's like, yeah. And so I stood up there, and I'm like, well, take another one. He took another picture. Then I had to turn and get down. Well, there was nobody up there when I got up there. When I went to get down, there was an employee over there standing there watching me. She probably like, that. There's always that one idiot that's got to do whatever they want to do, you know. She didn't say anything. She turned around and walked off. But, so we, you know, went on and got what we needed, and we left. I looked at the pictures, and I look worse than the witch, okay? I look worse than that witch right there beside me. By the time, maybe the wind was blowing outside. Maybe I didn't brush my hair. I don't know. My hair is just like crazy. And I'm just like I mean, I had a scared look on my face. Because me and Angela were like rocking back and forth as I was trying to get my balance. That's when he took the picture. Then he took another one where I'm just standing there by her after I got my wits about me and I was able to stand. They are horrible, horrible. I did send the pictures to Angela and I said, I had fun with you at Lowe's tonight. Or it was good seeing you at Lowe's or something like that. I don't know what I said, but yeah. And then, and then, um, the witch sent me flowers today. Oh, thank you, Angela. I appreciate these so much. They are pretty, and I'm gonna sit here at night, and I'm gonna turn it to run about like 2 hours or something. That way, if I fall asleep, it'll turn itself off. And it does charge. It has, I think it's the same exact charger as my phone. So I could set it over on the other side where my phone cord is and let it charge um, overnight or something. But it's so pretty. I love that. I just love it. And if the center of those look white to y'all, but I see no white whatsoever. Just trying to see. Anyway, I see no white whatsoever. I just see green. And then I can put it on yellow because you know yellow is my favorite color. I don't know if I'm making that brighter or not. I'm not quite sure. But they're yellow now. So whatever your favorite color is, you can do that. I love these. I love them. And I can't wait till tonight when I can sit in here and look at my flowers. Thank you, Angela. I love these flowers, and um, thank you for taking pictures with me at Lowe's the other night. Oh, oh gosh, me and Angela's been through a lot in our years since we were in fourth grade. We have been through a lot together, and I don't know. I'm thankful for her. We keep each other grounded. We do. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys and show y'all how pretty these flowers were. Oh, yeah, I was trying to turn that off. Yeah. Maybe it's three. Maybe even that has like some different um, speeds or something. I don't know. This is just changing colors every time I touch it. So I don't know. Oh, now it's doing it by itself. I don't know how to work it yet, but that's pretty. It's kind of fast. Woohoo! It's kind of fast, but it's pretty. I don't know. I don't know what all that. It's just one little button that you just kind of run your finger over, and it just does all these things. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, I think Angela ordered them from QVC, in case anyone was wondering. But anyway, then Zeke came down and Zeke's working on something, and so we talked about that for a little bit, and then he helps me do a little bit. I said, he said, do you need me to do anything for you? Do you want me to go and do some things for you? I said, well, I just don't feel like doing it today, Zeke. He's like, you want to just tell me what to do and I'll do it? And I was like, okay. So we went back there and sat a little bit, and I told him, some things to do, but I ended up having to get up and help and do. And so it really wore me out. And I think I'm done for the day. And I'm just going to enjoy my flowers and, yeah, wait on Big Day to get home and all that kind of good stuff. But I wanted to come and talk to you guys and just tell you all about my flowers and my duck. So I have my little duck right here and my flowers. And I have a couple more little cutesy things sitting right there that I could just see. Nobody else can see them. Nobody else knows about them. I don't know. They're not a secret. It's just things that make me smile. Well, I'm sitting here, but I gotta get stronger, and I gotta get to the point where I can do stuff, because this isn't me. This isn't my this is my happy place, but it's not my happy place. Like, I don't want to just be sitting here. I want to be up doing and going and enjoying whatever. But at some point, I realized this might have to be it, but I'm just not ready for that yet. I've got too much going on in my mind that I want to do, so I'm just trying to push myself forward to do these things. And I'm working on it, and so it happens. I appreciate you all watching so much, and I hope you have a great day. And I think, it's today? Is today Thursday? I think it will be Thursday. We don't have any plans for the weekend that I know of. Remember, we wanted to go see our son Elijah, but he's got to work this weekend because they have a big promotion going on. But next weekend we're going to see Elijah, and I'll take you guys with me. I don't know that we're going to do anything spectacular, but mostly I'm going to spend time with my baby. But we'll take you guys with us and show you if we do anything, or just vlog getting there and while we're there. But mostly I'm going to be focusing on spending time with Elijah. But anyway, see you in the next video, friends. Bye, guys.